Hi, I'm Nikki, and today I'm in the office here at Outside Lives, and I'm going to show you how to make a shopping bag out of an old pet food sack, or this is actually a cat litter sack. And this is part of the RevivOL project, where we take things that would go to landfill and we make useful and practical things out of them. So here we go. So you'll need a sack. Now this project involves quite a lot of wrestling. It's not a pretty project to make, but it is worth it. So get your sack laid out flat and then just cut it straight across the bottom. And then you want to measure up about 18 to 20 inches-ish. And then just cut it straight across again. So you end up like that. Now what we need to do is, on the bottom end here, we need to measure a square about 2.5 by 2.5 inches and cut it out. And then the same on the other side. Now this is where the wrestling starts. You want to turn it inside out. There you go, all nice and straight and inside out. So what we need to do now is stitch this bit along here. So we just want to stitch this with quite a long stitch. If you use too tiny stitches, it might rip open. I've just used the longest stitch on my machine. Now what you need to do is get the corners of these squares and sort of open it out, pull it together so it makes a straight line. Like that, and with a bit of wrestling, stitch that straight across. Now at the beginning and the end of this line of stitching, always back stitch a few stitches just to keep it in place. And the same on the other side. And now you're ready to turn it the right way out again. Just stick your fingers in the corners so you get them turned out as best as you can. And there you have the basic shape of the bag. So now what you want to do is just turn the top in about 1/2 inch to 1 inch at the top and do a hem all around it. I'm going to use a zigzag stitch for this. There you go, and all that's left to do now is put the handles on. Now on my original bag, I just made some handles out of a part of the sack. So what I did I cut a strip. Longer than that. And I folded it into 3, pressed it down, and I just sewed a line of stitching down it and then attached it to the bag. But what I'm going to do today, I'm going to use webbing because it's comfier to hold and also it's a lot easier to sew with. So I'm just going to estimate, it depends how long you want your handles. So we're going to turn the end over by about 1 inch. So then just work out how long you want your handles. And we want 2 of those. Now I'm going to mark on the bag where I want the handles to go. So I've just got a ruler. Just put the handles wherever you feel most comfortable with them, and just make sure they're even on both sides. I find about 6 inches apart is about right. So we're going to have one piece of the handle sewn down there and then 6 inches along the other handle there. Again, you can pin this if you want, but I'm not going to. So just turn it over about 1 inch and then that goes, just place that there and stitch it down however you want. You need to stitch it, a few lines of stitching is best just to keep the handles nice and secure. Now I've just stitched it with 1 line of stitching there and 1 line of stitching there, and I've gone over it a few times just to make sure it stays in place and it's secure. So then we want to do the same on the other marking on that side with the other end of the strip. And there's the first handle. So just do exactly the same on the other side. And there you have it. A shopping bag made from a cat litter bag. See you next time.